Guys, I want you to hear real quick from a coaching client, Brian Beaujanel. Operates a family business. Most of it is his doing. He'll probably say 100%. I'll say 99.9% is his doing. I want you to hear from him because here's a guy that's doing some deals, as you'll see, not just some deals, but a couple dozen or more per year, closer to 30-something per year, without seeing the house. The reason I wanted to do a quick intro to the interview I'm going to show you in a minute is real simple. He and I are going to have, as part of the regular coaching program, this as being a specific segment, because I don't care if you love going to the houses, I do, or if you don't, this is an important thing for you to learn either way. So we'll be part of the coaching program. If you're not in coaching now, or you're not in the JV program yet, guys, you got to think about a couple things here. In the JV program, as I said on a recent mastermind call, you will do several more deals per year, if not dozens more per year. And so to partner with us on the first few of those, as you'll see how the JV program works, is a no-brainer, an absolute no-brainer. And the net cost to you in one of the three programs that are coming out, there's one out now, is zero. The net cost to you is zero. So go to the different levels on the website and check out what that looks like. But bare minimum, let me know about what you got going on in your business, what your challenges are, what you're looking to achieve this year. And I say this year, we should be working on already your New Year's plan, right? Because here we are in the fall as of the time of this recording. And apply for coaching. Just click the button and apply for coaching so we can get to talk. I'll do a free strategy call with you. If it's a great fit for you for coaching, I'll let you know. If it's a great fit for JV, I'll let you know. And if it's not, I'll let you know. But certainly you can learn from this and it'll get you thinking. Make it a great day. All right, Brian, thanks for jumping on, buddy. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
This is, I think people will be seeing this as part of a video course for now. And then soon they'll probably meet you if you and I launch that idea we have for coaching, which I think is inevitable. So if you could just give these guys a quickie kind of who, where, where you are, what you're doing right now, and how long you've been in real estate. And then I'll just throw some questions at you.
Gotcha. Well, I just turned 31 this year. I've been doing real estate since I was about 23 years old. Was originally introduced to it when I was about 18. As far as the aspect of investing, I think it was Claude Diamond that I was introduced to. Yep. Yeah. Well, it got the little
the timer.
Timer.
Yep.
But been doing it pretty much ever since. I did pick up my real estate agent's license about the age of 23 as well. Got into the more traditional side of real estate for about a year or two and then decided that just was not my cup of tea. I wanted more flexibility, more freedom to do what I wanted to do. And definitely, more importantly, just kind of do things on my schedule and not put on so much of a show for everybody.
Yeah.
So I wanted to be me. I have tattoos and stuff all over. I can do this with investing and not so much in the traditional real estate world. It's not as accepted. So, anyway, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. I have family down in North Carolina, so most of our market is in Ohio and North Carolina. And we have branched out to other states, worked on a few other projects here and there, but our focus areas are definitely Ohio and North Carolina. So
cool. And just to give them an idea, the listeners eventually, how many deals will you do in 16, for example? I don't know the answer. So in 2016, how many think you'll do deals?
How many deals do I think I'll do?
Yeah.
We usually average, I usually average about 30 a year, maybe 35. It just sort of depends. Right now, I think I'm at 22 so far for the year. So
that's a good clip.
I think that's tracking, if I can do the math correct. I got a little bit of time before the end of the year.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah, no, it's all good. So they know we're talking here, and we're almost to September 1. So, that's a good clip. And how much would you say is the average check ballpark on these deals?
The average check, my take home or just everything?
Total gross.
Total gross. I'd say about anywhere from $5 to $10 grand.
Yeah, cool. I knew that, and I'm going to get to that and how you do that in a second. And you operate technically in how many states, Brian? How many are you comfortable with operating in?
As far as me, I'm comfortable operating just about everywhere.
Okay. And you do...
As long as I can educate myself with the local laws, contact a good attorney, and, go from there.
That's excellent. That leads me to this next question. I want these guys to hear crystal clear. So out of those 22 deals, I don't know the answer to this, but I know the general answer. How many of those did you physically go meet the seller and get the contract?
That this year, absolutely none, and literally since I've begun investing, absolutely none. I have never met face to face with a buyer, with a seller, anybody involved in the transactions that I've set up and facilitate.
I love it. That's what I wanted to hear. So that's going to be a course in and of itself. I'll tease these guys with that thought. I mean, you and I haven't designed it yet, but it is an absolute must. So we'll get to that. Okay, so if you don't go to any homes, give these guys a sense for, I'm a seller, and you found me how do you get me as a lead? And then just walk me through a standard transaction. If I'm a seller in a state or two away from you, maybe.
Yep. Well, I mean, if I'm reaching out to a seller and they're going to want to know, obviously, how to come across them, typically it's referral of some sort. Usually we're going to know it's a good lead coming in. Typically, we're going to have our VAs or some form of assistant.
There you go. Yeah. Okay.
Contacting them, making sure it's a good prospect, but obviously getting attracted due to their marketing. They're sort of raising their hand like they're ready to go. They want to sell. So
love it.
Just got to figure out their level of motivation.
That's the whole key, right? I mean, you and I think, talked about that indirectly on mastermind calls or whatever, but that is the key.
Yep, absolutely. So aside from figuring out their motivation, figuring out if we can get the deal working as far as the numbers. I mean, at the end of the day, I would say that's just about the most important thing. From there, obviously, once we get the property under contract, now, my goal usually within the first couple of calls is to get the property under contract. Once I get on the phone with them after a virtual assistant or, an assistant of some form, doesn't necessarily have to be a VA, family member, whoever you're going to hire out to do that would be my suggestion. But again, once I get on the phone with them, my ideal goal would be to definitely get the paperwork, hopefully within that first call, but at least send out something to them. And then usually at that point, once we get paperwork out and over to them, they're looking for a few more credentials. Obviously at that point in time, with us not being present, all we have is a phone call. I mean, even till this day, Skype is still somewhat unfamiliar with me just because I've never had the need or necessity. Phone call has always been a good thing. I guess obviously sounding confident, knowing a little bit about what you're talking about, but giving them credentials as far as websites, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, things like that, things that they can access obviously remotely as well to help build a little bit of credibility. Obviously, Better Business Bureau is one area. That's not necessarily my favorite.
I know it's a game
conversation as far as the Better Business Bureau goes.
I agree. You and I have talked about that. It's a game because if you go on there, it's good, and then you get some idiot, which we've had a couple idiots, and you've had the same, go on there and say something that's not even related to what you're doing, and it stays on there for however long. I think for a long time it's stupid, but we play the game as needed. You said something pretty cool, if I can interrupt, or important, and that is sounding confident. It almost doesn't matter what we say on the phone as long as we're confident, and that comes across to the seller. That's the whole deal, especially if you're not going to go meet them.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I would say confidence is definitely. You don't have to necessarily be the specialist or be all that knowledgeable. You can hand that to me. I told Chris you'd be interrupting.
Got to have the coffee.
Yes, my cold brew.
There might be.
Good deal.
But as far as where were we?
Just the confidence and knowing the scripts, and then bang.
Again, building rapport and stuff from a distance. I mean, honestly, that's how I learned, and all my experience, I've never had an issue with it. It's more about just doing it. Obviously, not everybody's going to be cool with you. Not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to agree with you. You could be the most intelligent person on the planet, and you're still going to run into somebody that thinks you're a complete moron.
Yeah,
so,
100%.
Just pick up the phone, do it, and if you can get to the point to where somebody else is doing it for you, then good for you, and that's what I would suggest as well.
Yeah, that's cool. So just these guys in summary, hear this. So 22 or so deals. Let's call it 30 that you'll do this year, and you'll be like 150, 200, maybe 300 grand in not visiting the property. And I know you got a pretty cool lifestyle because you do a ton of traveling.
Correct. Yep. We just went to Ireland, South Africa recently. I'm going to be down in Costa Rica. So that is the preferred lifestyle choice, not sitting around, not doing deals. It's not that we don't do deals locally, but even For example, we actually just had a deal. I think it was maybe about 45 minutes from where I live, which still being within the reason of driving distance, especially if you're just getting into this,
Yeah.
still would refuse to go to the property. I don't care if it's right down the street from me. I'm not doing it because I'm not going to break my mold. I'm not going to give in to my standards, my way of doing things. But so again, as far as my lifestyle goes, I want to be able to enjoy things and not necessarily do all this running around and stuff that usually pops up with more of the traditional side, and even definitely I would say with a lot of investors. They're having to go out there, they're doing the grunt work, they're the boots on the ground, they're running around, and I just feel like there's definitely better ways to spend time, like whether it be traveling or with your family or catching up on that hobby or a good book.
I couldn't agree more, Brian. So you got lifestyle, minimal schedule, you got hands off, you got outsourcing, boots on the ground, that type of thing. So you're probably aware we have JV partners that'll be listening to this that we'll do calls for them, we'll do stuff for them. When you and I roll this out, I would imagine they're going to need or want us to do some legwork for them, to be that voice on the phone. So this will be an interesting experience for many people that are watching this, because there's not a person in our client database that shouldn't at least know how to do this and get rid of some of their appointments, obviously.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we've been pickier with it. I'd say you sparked a small percentage of that, so it's a cool thing that we meet and interact with different people. So I appreciate you being on. I know you get up at the crack of butt this morning to work out as well, and that's a good thing.
Yes.
So these guys are going to hear more from both of us. I wanted this to be a little bit of a teaser, and I'll put this out on the website, and you and I will talk again. I don't know, when did you say your next trip is?
Next trip coming up September 15th. So
great. So when you get home, we'll be talking, and these guys will hear more from you.
Yep, absolutely. Definitely can get into more of the specifics in regards to not only doing the deals remotely, but obviously the automation.
I love it. Good show, and I appreciate you being on, my friend.
Absolutely. My pleasure, Chris.
Thanks, buddy. Talk soon.
Thanks.